Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and welcome to November's Q&A video. So just a reminder, if you have a question that you'd like to see answered in one of these videos, please throw it in the comments below. I keep a rolling document of all the questions that I receive, and then I pull from them when I go to make these videos, as well as, requesting new questions. So this month's Q&A video kind of ends up being a lot about the trip that I just went on to the UK and to Europe. I got a bunch of questions about it, and it sort of seemed like, might as well just answer them now, because they're certainly not getting any more relevant as my trip gets sort of further into the past. Before we dive in, I wanted to do a quick overview of kind of like what's going on up here, because I'm wearing a bunch of things that I'm working on right now. So in the hair department, I'm testing out this new kind of like clay and silica volumizing kind of like make your hair messy and textured gel, which I'm enjoying, so it's kind of fun. I don't know, share that maybe at some point in time. Got a matte liquid lipstick formulation, my newest one, that I'm really enjoying right now. It's not as uncomfortable as some previous ones, and it does wear very well. You're gonna and then sort of in the eyes department, I've got a cream eyeshadow and a cream gel eyeliner that I've been working on and testing. These both predate my trip, and then I took them with me and kind of tested them while I was traveling, and a new kind of brow pomade and a new kind of cheek tinty thing. Yeah, lots of testing going on in the face region today. But yeah, I thought I've had a lot of questions about the liquid lipstick especially, so I kind of thought I would pull that out and show it to you. But yeah, let's dive in. So since we're going to be talking about my trip, I thought I would give a quick overview on kind of what the trip was, so that you are all up to date. So at the end of October, I flew to London, UK, for the Formula Botanica annual conference, which was at that first weekend of November. On the Monday, I flew to Dublin. The following Thursday, went to Prague, and then the next Monday I went up to Birmingham, and then took the train down to Coventry for SCS Formulate. And I had meetups in London, Dublin, and Prague, which are all wonderful. And yeah, it was a pretty good trip. Unfortunately, I got a cold kind of halfway through it, which was definitely a bit of like a damper for the second half of the trip. But on the whole, it was beautiful, and yeah, a really great experience. And I'm home now feeling very inspired, and I've got a few questions to answer about the trip. So I've had a lot of people, including Sherrie and Marina, ask sort of how was Formula Botanica, how is the course, and then also how has it changed how I formulate. So I will be publishing a full, more detailed review on the blog in the new year of the course. So I did the Diploma of Organic Skincare Formulation, which is kind of their introductory, everybody should do this diploma before you move on to maybe some of their more advanced or more specialized courses. And I think it is a really solid course. It obviously has a very strong natural bend to it. That's their thing, but they've got really great emphasis on safe, effective skincare formulation with gives you a really good foundation in experimentation and note-taking, good manufacturing, good formulation processes. It's a really, really solid course, and I really enjoyed it, and I am looking forward to sharing sort of more detailed thoughts on that in the new year. I think one of the biggest things that I have changed about my formulation because of the course is I now pay a lot closer attention to essential oil concentrations than I think I used to, especially when I very first got started. So I think that's been definitely a positive change to my formulations. I think one of the best parts about the Formula Botanica course, or really any of the courses, is the online community that it comes with. They've done a great job of fostering this online community. So of course, it's not like you're going to campus every day, but they're really working hard to give you that like community classroom feel. And I really love this at the conference as well, this idea that these people aren't your competition, they're your friends, they're the people in your life that you can turn to for help and for inspiration. And so when you sign up for one of their courses, you get added to a Facebook group. They're online Formula Botanica classroom, and it's just a really nice group. Lots of people sharing things that they're making and that they're excited about, or pictures of things, kind of going like, is this what this is supposed to look like? What's going on here? Like, it's just a really nice, lovely group with lots of like help and encouragement and inspiration. And so I think that's definitely like a huge positive of the Formula Botanica thing, and you know, you're part of those groups forever, so you can kind of constantly turn to these people for help even after you've finished your course, which I think is pretty good. So Elisabeth wanted to know what my favorite experience was at the Formula Botanica Conference, and wanted to know about sort of any of the training that we got there that I think will be useful. So my favorite part of the conference was definitely being surrounded by like almost 200 people who also love making things. This is not a normal occurrence in my life. Usually it is me in this room, which is just me and a lot of ingredients, doing this kind of by myself. And obviously I get to interact with people online and through comments and emails and things, but it's not the same as being there. And so it was so cool to be surrounded by so many people where you could just kind of go up to them and strike up a conversation and say, what do you like to make? What gets you excited about formulating? I got to meet quite a few of you who follow me here on YouTube or on my blog, and that's so cool, guys. I can't fully articulate how exciting it is and how meaningful it is to me to know that I can help inspire people, to have people come up to me at this conference and say that, this is my life now. Like, I have a brand, I've done some Formula Botanica courses, I make my living selling skincare now, and you were one of the things that helped get me started, that helped inspire me. Like, oh my goodness, that's just like warm fuzzies all over. And it was so lovely to meet every single one of you who came up and said hello and got a selfie. It was just so great. And something else really cool, I got to reconnect with my roommate from when I went to university in Australia. Jumana has her own beautiful skincare line called Herbs and Heart. I'll throw a link in the description box below. And I didn't know she was going to be there, and so we were kind of like hanging out at the opening reception and looked over and was like, I know that face. I haven't seen that face in a very long time. And it was just like, went right up to her, was like, that was super cool. And I got to meet Lisalise from Lisalise, which great kind of natural botanical skincare and beauty blog. I'll throw a link in the description box below. If you don't know about it already, you should really check her out. It was so cool to meet her. Oh my gosh, she is so like warm and encouraging and inspiring and just like absolutely lovely. And we had dinner together with her very patient and very lovely husband, and I just left that being like, I need to make all the glycerites. She's got a great ebook on making infusions, including glycerites, that you should check out. But yeah, that was so cool. Training wise, the conference wasn't really about training. It was more like inspirational talks and new topics to look into. There was a panel with beauty bloggers, so if you had like your own skincare brand and you were considering maybe doing some promotional work with a beauty blogger, kind of help you like learn how to do that kind of thing, or maybe how to get your brand into retailers. So it wasn't like a training seminar, but there was an excellent talk from Robert Tisserand, who talked about essential oils and the role that they can play in skin barrier repair. And the thing that really stuck out for me from that talk was how astonishingly low the beneficial usage rates of these essential oils were. So just this really like continuing to really bring that point home of essential oils are really potent chemicals, and we don't need a lot of them to see good results, and like there is science to show this. So I thought that was a really good talk, and just kind of had a bit of a like, oh my gosh, Robert Tisserand is like right there kind of moment. Marina recently read a blog post from the just previously mentioned Lisa on her blog about her thoughts about the conference, and one of the things that she talked about is meeting me and trying this lotion that I'd made and really liking the lotion. So Marina wanted some more details about the lotion. So this is the lotion. This was my final course project for my diploma in organic skincare formulation. I got 100% and was put in the Student Hall of Fame. So woohoo! So I will be sharing the formulation for this in the new year, but I thought I would kind of share the kind of the idea behind it, because this was part of what we had to do for the project, was define our target customer and kind of the problem we were trying to solve, so we knew who we were formulating for and why. And so the idea here is that it is a hand lotion for professional women aged 30 to 40 who needed a lightweight, super hydrating hand lotion that would not have them leaving greasy fingerprints on paper or touch screens after use. And then it has it's fairly subtle but quite exotic and expensive smelling scent, because really perfumey things are typically frowned upon, if not outright banned, in office settings. So this is the lotion. I will share the recipe in the new year. But yeah, that's kind of the story behind it, and I'm pretty tickled that Lise really liked it. And Mary asked, did your trip give you any new ideas and kind of inspiration on things to make in the future? And oh my goodness, yes, it did. So if we start with the Formula Botanica Conference, I left feeling really inspired to work with, botanicals and herbs and things, but I also left really inspired to dive into my diploma in organic hair care formulation, which is sort of the other, they gave me 2 courses to work my way through and review, and so that is the second one, so I'm very excited to dive into that. I ordered a bunch of the ingredients that you need for the coursework from Skin Chakra out of Germany, since I haven't been able to find them in Canada, and I had them shipped to my Airbnb where I stayed in Coventry. So I flew home with all of those new emulsifiers and humectants and surfactants and things, and if anything's really awesome, I'll see if I can talk Michelle at Windy Point into carrying them. So that's definitely a thing I'm excited about, feeling very inspired to dive into my hair care course. I generally find just kind of being in Europe to be quite inspiring, which might be cliche, but it's so beautiful over there with cobblestones and old churches and cathedrals and castles and narrow little winding alleyways and excellent beer and wine and great food and just new experiences. So definitely feeling kind of inspired in that realm as well. Nothing specific, but it's just stuff swirling. SCS Formulate was also very inspiring, but more of a kind of a girl can dream kind of way, because most of these ingredients are not available to home crafters. So SCS Formulate is more of a trade show than sort of a conference like the Formula Botanica one was, where there are lots of different booths and exhibits and displays from different manufacturers and distributors, where you could go and try sample formulations made with new emulsifiers and humectants and conditioning agents and all kinds of fun things. So there was, heaps of really neat stuff there. One cream I tried that was so moisturizing and gorgeous got its active ingredient apparently from sort of diaper technology, which I guess makes sense because diapers are really good at holding a lot of moisture. So I thought that was very cool. That definitely kind of stuck out in my brain. I got to try some astonishingly beautiful micas. One in particular from Sandream Impact was made with glass and real silver, and it was so beautiful. It just, wow, I shared some footage of it in my Instagram story that day, and I never wanted to wash my hand again. It was so sparkly and beautiful. So feeling I would like to get this and put it in everything. And then a really big trend that I did notice at SCS Formulate was sort of natural hair care and kind of hair care in general. So that'll kind of come in nicely with my hair care course, see if I can find some of those ingredients, some of the things I did recognize as being things that I can get from either Windy Point or from Lotion Crafter. So that's exciting to have new things to work with and play with, some more hair care formulations. So yeah, kind of that's where my head's at. A lot of hair stuff, but also ooh, sparkly, and just generally castles and cathedrals and beer. Yeah, I don't know. There'll definitely be mentions of things from this trip that have inspired me in formulations coming out next year. All right, that is it for this month's Q&A video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and do check that description box below for all kinds of relevant links for the stuff I talked about in this video. But yeah, thanks so much, and I will see you next time.